over Homewood, it's so unrefined. We have to get Moon with the Vulcans behind. Moon over Homewood, we don't think it's fair that we have to look at his big derriere.
Hey guys, it's Brandon with Iron City Kayak, and we're going to do a quick video on the Kaku Kahuna hybrid stand-up paddleboard kayak. A lot of you guys have asked questions about, can we do something other than a kayak or a canoe? What about a paddleboard? And yeah, in the tournaments we absolutely allow you to use a paddleboard. But a lot of guys are also afraid of using a paddleboard setup because they think, man, it's just unstable. It's a surfboard. I'm not really sure if I want to go that route. It looks kind of cool. It's got great pictures and all, but can it really work? So the Kaku really addresses a lot of those issues. And the main way that is that the keel itself, and we're going to show some pictures in a minute, but the keel itself is actually like a kayak. It has the different chines in it. It has the ability up front to handle a little bit of rough water. The fin doesn't drop down through the bottom of the board like you see in some of the Bodie boards or the Stuff USAs. It's molded into it, so into the kayak itself. So everything's relatively flat across the bottom, but what it also does is by giving it that kayak style hull, you have the ability to have a really stable hull that enables you to stand up and paddle. And not only can you stand up and paddle from it, you can stand up and fish. That's just a specifically designed fishing style watercraft. And so the Kakus they come with some bungee cords in the front. You can strap stuff down. There's a dry hatch. Yak Attack gear tracks that you can slide different accessories on here, such as a depth finder, or you can add, you guys have seen my paddle clip, and I usually carry on here where I clip the paddle down because it's not a great place to put the paddle board. You can do rod holders, whatever you need to. Whatever will fit on the Yak Attack rail mount will fit here. Handles for you to carry. In the back, it's kind of hard to see. I'll just see if I can spin it. But there actually is a mounting spot for a power pole. So these are power pole accessible. A lot of the guys that fish saltwater out in the Gulf or out in Florida, they'll put a power pole on this thing and they'll go fly fish for reds or for snook. But the biggest part about a stand-up paddleboard that makes this one different than a regular stand-up paddleboard is that it comes with a chair, the Larry chair, that you can strap down, you can use for whatever you want to. It allows you to sit and fish it like a regular kayak, but it also gives you a better platform for you to stand up on. Now, I'm 5'11", 190 pounds. Standing on this board is not a problem at all. You can stand, you can move, not a ton of water comes over the top. The floor's got a C deck, so you're not making a ton of noise, but it's really simple and easy to stand up on this board and paddle around and do different things and fish from it. Again, I like to fly fish from this board, so I'm swinging stuff around. If you're swinging rods, I'm moving all sorts of stuff here. I don't have a problem. I can stand up, move any direction I need to. This boat handles it. The only issue that I have with this Kaku is that it is not a rough water boat. So if you are trying to go through something greater than a little ripple on the river, it'll run without a problem if you go straight. But the moment that you try sitting down or standing to spin the boat, water wants to come over the top like so, and it'll flip the boat over. You guys have seen my video from January when I was in the Cahaba, and I flipped this boat doing that. But other than that, you're talking about a 34-inch wide standing platform that's super stable. Now I'm rocking it like crazy. I got water coming over the top, but because I'm in a lake, it's not really affecting anything. Again, I'm 5 foot, 10, 5'11", 190 pounds, and I'm standing on top of what you guys call a surfboard and not having a single problem with it. Cool part about the Kaku as well, there's all sorts of little snapping features in here. You can drop your cooler in here and strap it down. Your Orca cooler and strap it down. A lot of guys out there in Florida are strapping an Orca cooler to it and standing on top of the Orca cooler itself and then push poling as they go for fly fishing. So these things are ridiculously stable. So where can you pick up a Kaku Kahuna? Well, our good buddy Vincent Andrus, he's primarily with the North Alabama kayak anglers, but he's also inside of Iron City as well, has these for sale. The price is really good. I think you can get to one of these for around $700 or so, or you can get into its actual Kayak brother, which is based on the Kahuna, but it's called the Wahoo, and it's actually a kayak, and it's just as good as this boat is. again, I love it. The only reason I'm thinking about selling it is to finance a Kilroy. I'm gonna make sure I get to that Jackson fairly soon from Mark's Outdoors. But if you're looking to get into a stand-up paddleboard world, this is it. This is a great boat. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Moon over Homewood, we don't think it's fair that we have to look at his big derriere.